it's time to get up. Nah, for real. Actual King Smith. Let's go. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Every day's a chance for more. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hands up, let the beat thump. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, wake up. Alarm clock ringing, but your mind's still tired. Dreams on snooze, yeah, goals on fire. Everybody talk, but few take steps. Same old excuses, different regrets. I ain't here preaching, I'm here reminded. Pressure make diamonds, timing divine. You got breath in your body, fire in your chest. So why you living like you set up for less? Get up off that couch, move your feet. New mindset every time we meet. No doom scrolling, no fear feet. It's the real talk over funky beats. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What you sleeping on your life for? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Every day is a chance for more. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hands up, let the beat thump. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, go. No cape, no crown, still king energy. Talk my truth, that's my identity. Life get heavy, yeah, I've been stressed. Still showed up, put hard in the test. If they doubt you, good, prove them wrong. Same doubt, fuel, make you go strong. Ain't waiting no luck, I hustle with faith. Mind on progress, foot on the gas and say what? Say now, say move, say how, say what, say what. Get in the bed, shut up and get up and wake up, wake up. It's a moment, don't waste none. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Sun still rise, so you ain't done. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Beat knocking, let your soul jump. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hey, wake up. Yeah. This ain't motivation. This is a reminder. Wake up, wake up.
Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's happening? Wake up with the actual King Smith live December 16, 2025. Got myself a new intro and I was digging that bad boy. Wake up. Man, I want to run that back, but I got to get into it. Hope y'all are having a fantastic morning already. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy to be awake doing this thing. Today on the live stream, we're going to talk about Trump derangement syndrome, as our president decided to put some words out there after the passing of a Hollywood movie director and comedy star. And it made me scratch my head. And this, of all things, is one of the first things that our president has said that has even caused some of his staunch supporters to say that it was a very unpresidential thing to say and put out there. All right. So what am I talking about here? What is Trump derangement syndrome? And why is this, to me, a thing that people are having a titsy about? So let's take a look. So if you go to True Social, and I was like, there's no way that he actually said this. And let me get this cookie off the way. So this is my True Social account. All right. And President Trump wrote this after the passing of Rob Reiner. He said, a very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented movie director and comedy star, passed away together with his wife, Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump. With his obvious paranoia, reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals, expectations, and greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Now, it is being reported that Rob was killed, murdered, if you will, by his son. His son is the one who reportedly did it after having suffered from afflictions like drug disease and things like that. His son is the one who was arrested and charged with it. And, but it made me wonder, like, why would the president put something out like this? And again, a lot of his own supporters, not just on True Social, but through other means as well, have came out and said, man, this ain't it. Right? Like this first person here, Mr. President, I love you, I support you, but I do not support this post. Right? Highly inappropriate, and it puts us in their box, tacky and tasteless. And there's going to be other people, I want to say, that came out here. Yep, right here. Mr. President, the man and his wife were brutally murdered. If you cannot say anything nice, it's best not to say anything at all. Terrible response. Again, there are several people, like this person right here is a supporter of him. Her name on True Social is 45 Liberty Lady. Okay. Man, very unpresidential like. I do not understand what made our president wake up and decided that that's what he wanted to do. I don't get it, right? So this occurred yesterday. I'm sorry. The death occurred Sunday night. And it's a tragedy, plain and simple. And again, we're learning that their son, Nick Reiner, has been arrested and booked on suspicion of murder in an absolutely gruesome, heartbreaking man. Now, Rob Reiner was a man who directed and gave us The Princess Bride, When Harry Met Sally, and Stand By Me. If you are a part of American movie culture, then you understand who he was. But the conversation shifted away from that tragedy. Over the weekend, the same weekend that gave us the Bondi Beach incident and the Brown University shooting, the Rob Reiner death was masked in that simply because when you have a mass shooting, it's more of a story. Okay. Now I can't imagine what made Trump decide wherever he was sitting at to get on his phone and make that that post on True Social. When I went back and I did some research, Rob Reiner was a very vocal critic of President Trump. And I would say he was arguably one of the loudest voices in Hollywood against him. He called Trump mentally unfit back in 2017, and he campaigned hard for the Democrats. But to link his murder, which allegedly was at the hands of his own son, who has a struggle of addiction, to Trump derangement syndrome, that's a choice. And it's a choice that President Trump chose to double down on in the Oval Office yesterday. When he was asked by a reporter if he stood by that post, Trump referred to himself in the third person, saying that Reiner was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned, and that he is very bad for our country. Very bad. I don't get it. I don't understand it. And even when you add context to it, it doesn't really help. Rob Reiner, the same person that Trump just attacked, went on Piers Morgan after Charlie Kirk had died and expressed horrible horror. He said that should never happen to anybody. I don't care what your political beliefs are. So you have Rob Reiner on record condemning political violence against a MAGA figure. And now you have the president using Rob Reiner's death to score a point about Trump derangement syndrome, or TDS. I mean, it's just the contrast is there and it highlights itself. And to me, what's fascinating is this. And this is why this story isn't just, oh, liberals are mad. It's the Republican reaction to it. This isn't just Democrats like Gavin Newsom and what's her name? Nancy Pelosi out here issuing statements. We're seeing actual people that support Trump decide and say that he's just wrong for this. There was one Republican representative who came out and said that regardless of how you felt about Rob Reiner, this is inappropriate, disrespectful discourse about a man who was just brutally murdered, and that they challenged anyone to defend it. That was a statement that was put out by Thomas Massey. Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, she posted that this is a family tragedy, not about politics. And she explicitly mentioned that the drug addiction angle is something that should have been highlighted. And if you got somebody like MTG, she has been outed by Trump, so to speak. And even she's like, hey man, this ain't it. You've got other senators and stuff weighing in too, like John Thune, who called it a tragedy and offered prayers, noticeably defending Trump's claim about TDS. Now, let me take time to zoom out a bit. Let's zoom out a second. Because in that same post, Trump talked about the golden age of America being upon us. And this is a narrative that this administration has pushed hard since his inauguration in January. The idea is that something is going so well that anyone who opposes it must be mentally ill, must be suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. He is saying that you have to look and see how America is doing, and that if you don't agree, then you must have Trump derangement syndrome. To sit here, wait, what are we measuring this off of? What are we measuring this off of? How are we measuring how great America is? And if you were to observationally take a look and sit here and say that America must not be great, and that if I don't agree that I've got Trump derangement syndrome, is baffling to me. Framing Reiner's death not as a domestic tragedy or as a result of mental health issues within the family, but as a symptom of opposing Trump, then to me, the president is effectively trying to pathologize dissent. He is saying, and I'm going to reframe this a bit, and y'all can agree or disagree, but to me, he's saying that if you hate me, it will literally kill you. And I'm going to put the post back up just so that y'all can see what it is that I'm trying to reframe here. So I'm going to bring the post back up, and I'm going to highlight. I don't know if the mouse will show. Does the mouse show? Yeah, the mouse does show. Okay. So right here, he's saying that due to the anger he caused others being afflicted with the mind-crippling disease known as Trump derangement syndrome. So again, I'm putting it together that he is saying that if you hate me, it will literally kill you. Take away the fact that his son is the one that decided to go in and skitty pop both his father and his mother because he's a drug addict. This is why I always say, if I know drug addicts, I don't keep drug addicts around me. Drug addicts are people that you cannot trust and will literally stab you or kill you just because. I don't care who you are. If you're my daughter, my mother, my father, my lady, whoever, if you are a drug addict, I will not have a relationship with you. I can't trust you. I can't turn my back to you. I just won't do it. President Trump tried to make this a power move. I think it's shocking. I think it's disgusting. I think it is unpresidential. And it was a story that kind of came and dominated the news cycle. Instead of talking about the crime wave or the economy, people have been spending the last 48 hours talking about Trump derangement syndrome. For as much as the Brown University shooting happened and occurred and killed people, young kids that were trying to study for their finals, as much as the Bondi Beach incident in Australia had occurred, that was a mass shooting, right? Some people say, all right, well, Bondi Beach wasn't America. The Brown University shooting was. But as much as those two things occurred, you've got a lot of analysts that came on Al Gore's internet talking about Trump derangement syndrome. And Trump derangement syndrome even has a Wikipedia page. And on it, it says Trump derangement syndrome is a pejorative term used to describe negative reactions to U.S. President Donald Trump that are characterized as irrational and disconnected from Trump's actual policy positions. And I'm just gonna highlight it and show it right here on the screen so that y'all can see the resource that I'm reading. Bam, this is the wiki page right here. Right here. The term has mainly been used by Trump supporters to discredit criticism of him as a way of reframing, which is my favorite word, or one of my top favorite words, reframing the discussion by suggesting that his opponents are incapable of accurately perceiving the world. I just got a notification of something that I'm like, that looks suspicious 100%. All right, so Trump derangement syndrome, that's what we on right now. Look, here's my take, and then I've got a wrap to get ready for my job. My take is this. Let's see. We had some commenters in here. I did not see them. My bad. Somebody said go Trump. Hey, I'm gonna put it up there. If you take the time to write it, you write it. We got a couple of MAGA supporters in here. Gas is $2.40. Where's gas $2.40 at? It's damn near $3 where I live here in Maryland. I'll take some $2.40 gas. I remember when gas was under $2. Can we go back to that? $140 electric bill last month. You voted for. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna call her by her name. I voted for Kamala, didn't I? I will. Should I reveal who I voted for? Does it matter who I voted for? I guess that's more like the question. And look, I'm not, as a U.S. veteran and as a U.S. citizen, I have certain viewpoints, and everybody has their own viewpoints about how a president should act. Like when you think about the Oval Office, you think about how a president should act. And to take a man's death, who was somebody that was a vocal critic of you, and frame it and use this Trump derangement syndrome, to me, that's just classless. I don't care who did it. I am a person that thinks that President Obama, or former President Obama, is a dope individual. And if Obama was somebody that did that, I could take a second to highlight and say that the act of what he did was classless. Like, take who, it doesn't matter what side of the political line that I'm on. When you zoom out and you look at the act itself, the act is classless. All right. That's just my opinion on it. Now, you don't have to agree or disagree. But I just think that that's what To use that to hold on. I'm gonna put it back on the screen one last time. To use that and write what he wrote is classless. And it's difficult for me to understand how even some of his supporters just can't see that. But that's just my take on it. You are welcome to your opinion. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I do appreciate you popping in, though. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to say it like this. I think that something like this post, it deepens the divide. I think it hardens the lines. If you love the president, that's great. All right. Nothing against you. You can like who you like. This is a free country. Feel free to support who you want to support. I can vocally say that this in particular thing is classless. Yet, has he done good things for this country? I can say yes. I can objectively look at some of the things that have occurred and measure the specific things and say, there are some things that he has done that is like, that's dope, great job. And then there are other things like this True Social post that I'm like, that ain't it. That ain't it. That's not it. If you don't like the man, that something like this is just more proof of the cruelty that people that don't like him or that are critics of him will keep talking about. For the Reiner family and for the other kids that were left behind, because Rob Reiner did have other children as well, this has got to be a nightmare. Losing your parents is bad enough. Becoming a political football on True Social 24 hours later is a whole nother level. So whether you agree or disagree, make it known. Put it down in the comment section. Was this classless or not? For the people that are commenting, was it classless? Can you agree that this was classless? Or did your president make a good point by putting this out there? 98 HD Fist, I would love to know your opinion on this. Love to know your opinion on this. But I do have to wrap because I have to get to my 9 to 5. I love my job. And I'm about to go support and serve our nation's veterans. Let me see. Do I have anything to close out here? Let's see. Nope, nothing to close out here. Another episode. The actual King Smith. I got some outro music and I just want to play it before I go. All right. That's my time. Let's see. We do have another comment. 98 HD Fist said, we watched how demons acted with Charlie. Hey, okay. Hold on. I'm going to put this up here real quick and then bounce because I do have another minute or two. There were several people that definitely acted like demons or bad actors when Charlie Kirk passed away. Several people. I don't understand why people took Charlie Kirk's passing and acted the way that they acted. Again, I'm talking about individual acts, right? So if I were to take the way that people danced when Charlie Kirk passed, classless. I won't disagree with you on that one. Yet, I still have to ask you because you haven't responded to my question yet. Was President Trump's True Social post classless or not? Can you answer that one, 98? I'm real curious to know. I can agree with you and say that when Charlie Kirk died, that there were several people that were out of pocket. I don't disagree with that. can you respond to my question? I will give you the floor. I will sit here. I have about 60 seconds because I know that there is a little bit of a time delay. I will wait 60 seconds to see if you're willing to answer that question. Because that right there will tell me if you can be an objective person or not. Objective. There we go. Y'all try and do live streams and tell me if y'all can get the right word out sometime. I'm waiting. 98. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let some music go. I don't think I'm gonna get the answer from you. I'm gonna wait. See if I get the answer from you, 98. I don't think I'm gonna get the answer from you. All right, no answer from you. And I was hoping, I was curious if you were going to respond to that one. All right, this is my live stream. I am the actual King Smith. I got to get ready to get to work. I'll be back tomorrow morning, same bat time, same bat channel, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Zone. Y'all have a great one, and I'm out. Peace.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Trumpets blare the golden call. A throne awaits, I rise so tall. Drums like thunder, shake the hall. Royal rope, I wear the weight. Diamonds cut the night, no debate. Heavy is the head, but I'm feeling great. Crown me king, crown me king. Horns will shout, let the kingdom sing. Crown me king, crown me king. Bow to the sound, feel the power I bring.